It's your time to shine with Presenter Search on 3 and Orbit Gum. It's 4 a.m. and 8 very tired, very stressed contestants are arriving at the Expresso studios to take on their toughest challenge yet, 3 hours of live TV. This is the Expresso Morning Show Takeover.
I'm a mommy, so waking up at 4 o'clock is deadly, but after last night, you have all this anxiety. You really just want to get there, pump there, feel good. Set that alarm and make sure you're on time.
4 a.m. is normal for me. If it's not going to gym, it's going to work, it's doing something, but I'm like a clock. 4 a.m. I'm up.
Walk into the studios and everyone's there, everyone's excited, but the anxiety levels are heightened. We know you're going to get a challenge thrown in our face. We just don't know what it is yet.
I'm in the makeup room, the nerves are hitting me. I'm sitting next to Leigh-Anne. She looks so cool, calm, collected, and I'm like, don't mess up. Whatever you don't mess up, don't stutter.
Deep, intensive lines is what's going on here.
Well, all I can tell you is she's been busy only for 30 seconds, and I've been sitting next to you for 5 minutes while she's been caking your face.
At the end of the day, this takes work, and this is a masterpiece.
I don't start my day at this point. My day starts normally around 8. This is going to be a beast.
Welcome, contestants, to the toughest 3 hours of your life. Up until now, you've had the safety net of pre-recorded inserts. But today, it is live, and there are no second takes.
The nerves are definitely cracking through me. It's a crazy feeling.
Over the course of the morning, you'll be taking over the Expresso Morning Show. This means live news, sports, weather, all interviews, all under the watchful eye of the judges who will be here throughout the morning.
The judges are going to be watching us the whole time, from 6 to 9. Somebody watching you present. Pressure, pressure, and more pressure.
Why are we up so early in the morning? What's going on?
It's for real men, Moose.
Oh, you're always up at this time. This is the time that witches and devils play around, I guess.
I'm convinced it's like punishment for a series of really bad things that I did when I was younger.
We're a couple of minutes to live, and this is what's most important. We don't usually have 8 extra presenters. Everyone needs to know where they are, what's going to happen, what's coming up next. So it's going to be an interesting morning.
Okay, so this is your show Bible. It's your be-all, end-all. It needs to be your best friend. So keep this close by.
And remember, guys, in your ear you will have a director and a producer, which is Leigh-Anne, who will be communicating all the information you need to know through your communication set. I'll be your lifeline on the floor. So when I call, you answer. I call the second time, I'm coming for you. So just be aware.
Tato, you're going to be doing news with Kat. Kiwi, you're doing weather. Bear in mind, you have probably like 15 cities, so don't repeat your words.
So good luck.
Good luck.
The show's about to start. I'm walking around the studio. I see many tired faces. Presenters, if you want to do this for a living, guess what? You need to be awake, be present, and focused. And if you need coffee, there's Princess to make you a fantastic McCafe coffee. 4, 2,
Well, it's a beautiful morning. Welcome you beautiful people to your feel-good breakfast show Expresso on SABC3. It is a
Show goes live and we the first. I am nervous but amped.
Today is the Presenter Search on 3, the Expresso edition, Expresso Takeover!
Now we have to walk in here all smiley, fresh. It's your feel-good breakfast show. But in my head, I'm like, I could do with, some sleep.
You guys know how long 3 hours is.
No, clearly 3 hours is long, but you just made it longer.
But we're here to have fun. I mean, it is our time to shine.
I think, we're ready to take over.
The news. I don't even know the news yet.
I'll welcome.
Okay.
Yeah, you take the first story, I take the second story.
I need to remember not to smile, especially if I'm speaking about death, so I can't smile.
Here are your news headlines at the start of the morning.
On your national news for today, the Labour Court will today rule on when... The earpiece kept on coming out, and I wasn't really sure if, it doesn't look awkward if I'm trying to squeeze in because it just keeps on coming out, so I might as well just let it come out. So. On your international news, the Algerian military court has sentenced the brother of former President Abdelaziz Bouteflika and 3 co-defendants to 15 years in prison. Was widely seen. I was messing up the autocue so many times. I tried to snap out of it and just be in the moment. And that is all for your news headlines.
Well done, Tato.
Thank you. That was a bad result because now I couldn't hear the director and I had to link to Jared for the sport. Now, we made sure.
1 stand by 4.
Uruguay opened their Rugby World Cup campaign on a high, claiming a memorable 30-27 win over Fiji in Kamaishi earlier yesterday morning.
There were words that popped up that I'd never ever seen in my life. But still, I got through it, just composed myself and tried to do my best.
7, 6, 5.
Wow, Simpiwe's weather. It started off well.
And we've asked you to send us through some of your sunrise pictures, and Pavin Pillay sent us a gorgeous picture coming right through there from Durban.
And then it started disintegrating.
You can expect clear skies from Durban with a northeasterly breeze and a maximum temperature of 21 degrees.
There's some pronunciations for some of the towns in South Africa that I could have sworn he's never come across before.
Crackdorp with 7 and 31. High humidity for Port Elizabeth with 14 and 25. And George is 15 and 31. Sutherland. Reading the weather is not as easy as it looks on TV. I think the whole experience of presenting is not as easy as it looks on TV. O2Q is in your face and you have to read that thing. You have to read it, but you also need to sort of say it. You need to express at the right points. You need to ad-lib in between. So difficult.
I open the envelope and I find out I'm doing the entertainment news on Expresso, and it's one of the first segments up. I'm nervous, I'm getting briefed by one guy, I'm getting briefed by another guy, and I'm just all over the place, and I'm really nervous about the auto cue because I've got eyesight problems. And welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show live on SABC3. It is the Presenter Search Takeover. We are taking over this guy. We are just here.
Taking over my menu right now.
That's a very good feeling, me, I tell you that. Many people in Cape Town specifically have been very excited about the Duke and the Royals coming through to Cape Town. Yeah, they are visiting us. It is Prince Harry and the wife, Meghan Markle.
You might want to call him Markle, because Merkel is the German Chancellor, Angela.
You spoke about the royals, and guess what? You got it wrong. You can't just say the Duke and his wife. They are Duke and Duchess of Sussex. So keep it right, because people will come for you.
And I thought to myself, I had to maybe pull him back from this, lest he say something that might incriminate us on an international political sphere.
Some of the highlights included the... some of the highlights... Yeah, so some of the highlights...
I could not see the auto cue at all. I literally saw a blur of words just moving around. It looked like clouds.
So I know in Boerkaap, they were visiting a couple of areas within Boerkaap.
If I had my glasses, I think I would have been fine.
If you know you come to a live show, you know when to enter a presenter search competition, guess what? Have contact lenses.
All right, so that is the entertainment news for you. That is the entertainment news for you. Wait, I'm trying to find my place here. There we go. There you are, South Africa.
It started off great, but at the end, the technicalities, it was lit. We were all just looking for which camera are we on. Like, it was nerve-wracking, but I think ultimately he did good.
Nathaniel, I'm sure he'll refine it as he goes, but then the floor manager made it very clear which are the cameras you've got to pay attention to. It's this high-octane environment. You've got to be on your A game. So it feels like everybody's half asleep at the moment, and I think they've got to like wake up a little.
So you got that X Factor, buddy. So use that X Factor right now. There's your cam. Take us to an ad break.
All right, South Africa, we're going to cross over to an ad break. Don't go anywhere. After this, we're going to be chatting to Thabiso.
And roll VTN cross.
What are we going to chat to Thabiso about? Why, as a viewer, should I stay tuned to chat to Thabiso? No context was given.
Try and see if you can still redeem yourself.
Yeah, and move on. Yeah. But it is what it is.
Tell us what you think of the contestants' performance on social media using the hashtag PresenterSearchOn3. We'll be right back after the break. Right, Princess?
What happened?
It is the Presenter Search on 3 Expresso Takeover. Dr. Musa, Roger Goode in the house. How do you think our contestants are doing so far?
I don't know about you, but when you watch the pre-recorded inserts we've been watching on the judging, and now you suddenly see the pressure of a live TV show, and we were saying, people watching don't realize behind the scenes, it's a circus, it's a jungle.
Yeah.
Floor managers screaming, move, 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1, quick, change. Which camera am I looking at? Teleprompter, don't look like you're reading it. It's nuts.
Yeah, look, it's a lot of pressure, especially because,
have one segment that you'll do and you look great, and then the next one you'll be trash, and then everyone will be like, ooh.
In international news, an Algerian military court has sentenced the brother of former President Abdelaziz Bouteflika and 3 co-defendants. First time reading news, it was nerve-wracking.
In the international headlines, we were talking about Abdelaziz Bouteflika and a name that she really struggled with and stumbled over. And I had to kind of resist the temptation to help.
And when I make a mistake, naturally I laugh at myself, but then I'm trying not to laugh at myself because it's serious news. And finally, South Africans are optimistic about their individual futures. A new survey has shown 64% view themselves as optimists. No, that's not. I was smiling when I was talking about optimism. I thought in my head, I think I'm smiling as I'm talking about optimism in South Africa. But if it came across hardcore, I might have shot myself in the foot. I think it's time for us to see what's happening in the world of sport.
Nice one.
Talking while someone is talking to you in your ear is next level, man. I can see why some people think they have to have a split personality to do this job.
Uruguay opened their Rugby World Cup campaign on a high, claiming a memorable 30-77 win over Fiji in Kamayashi yesterday.
So off-camera, Dean and I had already become quite good mates, which made it even more difficult trying to keep a straight face as he was trying to make his way through the news. So for both our sakes, I just needed it to end as quickly as possible.
We're so ready for the next segment, right? It's just like wishing people happy birthday, and I love birthdays, so...
When you hear that tune, you know what time it is. It's time to celebrate some birthdays. All positive and good vibes happening over here. It is your feel-good breakfast show, the Expresso Presenter Search takeover of Expresso.
I am feeling so good. I just did the birthdays. No, the names were a bit like haras. And then also we have Marius Neetling.
What did you call him? What did you say his name was?
Marius Neetling.
Marius? Oh, Marius.
Maria. No.
or just Marius.
And if you would like to send us some of your love birthday messages, send us a 15-minute clip on WhatsApp.
Not 15 minutes,
15 seconds. Oh, 15 minutes. 15 seconds. Yeah, I feel like a mistake on a live show, especially if you're trying to be a presenter, can mean going home.
Birthday segment was done. Pretty easy segment to do. I think the guys handled it well. Of course, a little bit of things that could change here and there, unless they're like real animals, don't want to wish anyone a happy birthday. But it's an enjoyable segment.
Music! So excited. That's my challenge for today. I'll be interviewing the artist, so I'm really looking forward to that. For sure, this is Expresso, the presenter search on 3 takeover. Adam. I'm not alone. I am with someone who this year alone, Morgan Beatbox has performed at expos all over the world.
So Kutle gets a chance to interview Morgan Beatbox. Listen here, Morgan Beatbox and I, we perform together. We comedy homies. I'm super jealous that she gets to do it because that's my guy. Like, we beatbox together, we do comedy together, we're gonna be performing together, and she gets it. Life's not fair, you know that.
Music is something that all of us can relate to. I feel like it's a cool segment on the show because most artists that come on the show are very cool and very inspiring and very talented.
I haven't found another beatboxer that can layer as many sounds as I can do at the same time, and at this point I can layer 8.
Okay.
And that's very basic, yeah. It's hard to explain what I do, really.
No, but we'll get into that a little bit later on because I also want to learn how to beatbox myself.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
As much as it was fun and exciting, I was extremely nervous. And I'm just also trying not to fluff and want the interview to go smoothly.
We had a little speak before the interview, and she just said to me, you know what, I can see you're nervous, and I'm nervous. Let's just have fun. And I was like, yeah, I'm down with that.
This weekend is going to be a big one for you as you're headlining the Cape Town Comedy Club from the 26th to the 28th. Should we expect a fusion of comedy and beatboxing?
Definitely. I mean, it is a comedy club after all.
Yeah.
The beatboxing just ties in really nice with the comedy.
So Gusha's segment was actually quite good.
The person who stood out for me today is definitely Kukle. To think of the fact that she had to fight to get into the top 10. She did it, and now she's the one, for me, running the contest #1.
So while we are going to the dining room with Kat and Graham, can you make a sound of a remote?
Yeah, all right, here we go.
Kat, what's happening?
Oh, they switched. What? He switched to us. The energy is on our high. You can tell we're all just trying to figure out where we are, what we're doing. It's such a quick process.
Cosplay. Yo, not really my kind of vibe. I don't really know too much about it. But I head on to Google and I realized that it's really about people dressing up, you know, in their favorite characters from
cartoons and certain games, so more or less about fictional characters. Now, with history reaching as far as 1939, the art of performance of cosplaying has only gotten bigger.
All that hard work, hours of content producing, and he says cosplaying instead of cosplaying.
This is her segment, so she produced the content that they're talking about, and she was getting really frustrated because he was already like sort of making mistakes, not reading the teleprompter properly.
Okay, I don't think
you can see how irritated she is. She sat up all night working on it.
I messed up the name of the segment. It's supposed to be cosplay, and I called it Cosmoplay. What is Cosmoplay? Okay. Is this how you wake up every morning?
I wish. I could definitely feel I was a little bit nervous, especially with the initial, kind of getting on set, getting everything together. Definitely could pick up that nervous energy a little bit.
He seemed quite prepared because he was very excited when he met us first. He seemed to know exactly what cosplay was, so we were like, okay, cool, great. This guy knows what we were talking about when we're here.
So this is a hat for
Let's try and show it to the camera. Okay. I think I did my best. I tried to be present at every moment. I did only what I could do. If I couldn't do it, well. So if you want to know more about what went down at this year's Comic Con African, then make sure to keep it locked to your Feel Good Breakfast show next week.
The contestants might not always be hitting their cues, but at least their old khaki wardrobe is on point. And yours could be too by winning a 2,500 Rand voucher. Simply go to the Presenter Search Facebook page now, comment on the competition post telling us what you would buy with a 2,500 Rand voucher from Old Khaki. The Presenter Search on 3 Expresso Morning Show Takeover continues after the break. It's your time to shine with Presenter Search on 3 and Orbit Gum. Welcome back. It is the Presenter Search on 3 Expresso Takeover.
We are so excited. I mean, we're an hour into the show. My individual challenge is fitness, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, another workout session. I'm not really a fitness person, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to make it interesting for the viewers. Kind of freaking out, but relieved it's not dogs. Yoga can be calming and gentle, but it can also be athletic and get your blood pumping. Vinyasa Yoga is a specifically designed form of yoga to get your heart rate up and make you sweat. This morning we are joined by the instructor, Sam Vietri, who's here to show us a few yoga moves and poses.
I was hoping to do the fitness segment, but now that I see it's yoga, I'm glad I'm not doing it. I can't stretch like that, bro.
Inhale, rise to the balls of your feet, look forward. Exhale, you're going to start to walk yourself forward, top of the mat.
Alweta's concentrating too much on her movements and what she's doing in the fitness segment that she's forgetting to speak and to engage with the guests, which leaves a lot of dead air and a little bit of an uncomfortable feeling.
As you exhale, you're going to plant your hands, spread your fingers, and then step back, find plank. Fine plank, let's go. Well, I do think that maybe at some point she could have spoken a little bit louder. Exhale, tuck your toes, press into your hands, and lift your bum up, find down dog.
Olwetu basically flew under the radar for me. I mean, her yoga was kind of boring. In a fitness segment, you need to portray that fitness segment and tell the viewers this is what I'm experiencing. And it kind of wasn't that. It was very flat.
Look up towards your fingers.
Sam, I can actually feel my muscles working. Everybody thinks this is just relaxing. It's a real workout.
It is a workout.
For me, the segment was tough. I mean, I'm really not a fitness person, so just not sure when to come in and chat to the instructor while she's busy. I didn't want to talk over her, so I wanted it to seem natural, but also then still engage with her.
Take a nice deep breath.
I can feel the stretch right there in the back of my calf muscle, pulling right up there.
Yeah, it feels great.
It feels really good.
Yeah.
I think I could have had a little bit more energy for it, but I think we started off well, closed off well. The middle was a bit rough for me. Okay, Sam. Thank you so much. That feels absolutely amazing. Awesome. Thank you for that session.
Yes.
It was great. Sure.
Wow, anybody that thought presenting was easy is highly mistaken. Judges, what did you think of Olwetu in the yoga?
It's kind of intrusive. The nature of the show, you have to be prepared to do it all. Do you know what I mean?
Like, I mean, if you're not a fit person, and then they're like, oh yeah, Musa, can you just go roll on the mat for a couple of hours?
But she's like, is it over yet?
Did you feel that? So the judge was just coaching me to just try and get more engaged in the segments, just to explain things more as it's going ahead, and also just to remember that I'm in a competition, you know? He needs to feel a little bit more energy coming from me.
I think the mistakes that we're making now are really important because they are literally giving us an opportunity to learn as we go, and that's one of the best ways in which you can learn. As things happen, you learn.
They really do seem to be struggling with the IFB, the earpiece in their ears. If it's not keeping it in, it's being able to listen to the instruction whilst continuing dialogue. They also seem to have some trouble spotting those cameras, so they just need to familiarize themselves with their cameras a little bit better. I am also saying this over comms, so hopefully they're hearing as well.
I've had this tape now. Every time I'm doing a link or a live insert, this bugger's popping out. And I've got to slowly take my hand up and just like, you know. So I know they're probably going to crit me on the fact that my hand kept on coming up, but mate, how else do I hear the director?
Are you noticing that they all seem to be struggling with the auto cue, teleprompter, you know, what they read with the camera?
Yeah, look, it's a very big part of television. There are going to be shows that you do that have it, auto cue, whatever you want to call it, and the struggle is there. So it's very tricky because you have to read what's going on, but you also have to sound like you're conversational, like you're saying stuff.
USA kick off their World Cup campaign with a match against Pool C table toppers England at 12:45.
What is going on? Because you're reading, but there's something in your ear. So you're like, am I listening to you? To what? But it was good. I didn't faint. That's all. I didn't faint.
And that is a wrap of your sport for this morning. Well done, Jamie.
Now for your final look at the weather this morning. Traffic this morning.
I stepped in front of the green screen and I started doing weather, but then I realized in the process that actually it's traffic, and the people in my ear are like, it's traffic. I'm like, oh my goodness, how do I redeem myself? But then I was just like, okay, cool, it is what it is. I flunked, but we're here now.
If they teach themselves to read whilst speaking, whilst understanding at the same time, they'll really do good well with it.
Good morning, South Africa, and welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We are still hanging out with Morgan, beatboxer. He is going to pay us some lip service right about now. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Enjoy. Take it away.
Let's go.
I just wanted to get involved. It was so cool to hear those sounds come out of his mouth. It inspired me to try to get the sounds rolling off of my own tongue.
Guess who? Morgan. Beatbox.
Come on, guys! This is very new to me, but I'm warming up. I think the pace is still really quickly, so it's an adjustment. You're still trying to navigate and see where I need to stand, what I'm doing. Someone talking to my ear, I've got to deliver. But I'm having a great time still. Come on.
Okay. I have no idea what this means, but okay.
I get my envelope and I open it up and it says workplace happiness. And I'm like, okay, so if this becomes my workplace, then this is going to be my happiness, right?
Of course I'm going to read through AutoCue properly. I aced it with the news and I aced it with the sport. No, I did sport, sorry, not news. And I'm going to ace it now again.
Welcome back to Expresso, and this is your presenter search takeover of the Expresso Morning Edition. My name is Dean Woodman, and I'm glad to be sitting here to take you through International Happiness Week at your workplace.
So Dean is still struggling with auto-cue, which is a problem. If everyone in studio is seeing it and you're watching the TV and you're seeing his eyes go because he's reading, that's a problem, because then it takes away from the illusion that this is a casual conversation and you're chatting, which is what we want. Just making it a bit of a problem. So he's going to have to do a lot better with that. Practice at home, I don't know, something has to happen.
So we actually need to train our brain for positivity.
Absolutely.
How would one do that?
Okay, so there's lots of ways. Look, mindfulness.
So Dean had an interview with a guest called Kay. Her mic dropped, and obviously director's in Dean's ear saying to him, we're going to go full screen so that Lucia can bring in the mic for you, the stand-in mic.
Hope you're good. They really appreciate it.
Oh, sorry. Okay, there you go.
Sorry. Yeah, but they really appreciate it.
I had to bring a mic across into my segment and I handed over to Kay because they couldn't hear, and I didn't even see it coming, right? So I'm busy interviewing Kay. I'm in this moment, and in comes Lucian with his mic, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm sure people can see him. And I just took it and went, cool. And the thing that I shouldn't have done is said, sorry. Because at that time, the ear popped out, and the director was trying to tell me he's not on screen. We cannot see.
Dean, remember, it's a live TV show. The viewer can't see what we are doing behind the scenes. So there's a full screen graphic. It means you're not on camera. Be aware of that.
So the only person that saw that was me. Well, I said sorry to the viewers, though.
Take a nice big breath in and let it out. In your first breath, you're going to breathe in to your head.
The whole time I'm doing the meditation, I'm thinking, don't get too deep in this. You've still got an audience. 1.5 million people are watching you. You cannot not let them know what you're feeling. So even though you're supposed to keep quiet, I kept on speaking through it, right? It's intense. I can feel it. Wow, okay. And I knew time was running out, and so I had to pull myself out of it.
Got to ask one question for the audience.
Yes.
Are you happy at your workplace?
I am delighted.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Daily.
Fantastic.
Dean was fantastic today. When you gave him a chance to be himself, just to ad-lib, he was phenomenal. Once you put in front of the audio queue, became very book ready, and you need to balance it out as a presenter.
Altogether, I think it went fine. Beginning was a bit rusty, but at the end, I closed it off quite well. I must say my name, so yeah, rusty in the beginning.
It's the Expresso Takeover, so let us know what you think of the contestants' performance on social media using the hashtag PresenterSearchOn3. We'll be right back.
What happened?
My name is Graham Richards. So good to be here with our presenter takeover. Everyone seems kind of within themselves, pretty calm, cool, nervous, what you want. Everyone must be a little bit nervous.
Luckily, they're all looking good.
So for live TV, we often have impromptu segments, and today we had the beatbox challenge.
This challenge is going to be interesting. It's not presenting, it's us showing what we can do. I know what I'm going to bring to the party.
Okay.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm doing something that I don't know, so that's what I'm doing.
I'm gonna surprise them. They have no idea what's coming. I'm gonna shock them. I might be able to beatbox and sing. Who knows?
But hey, this is not a real rivalry. This is just on-screen situation. Otherwise, we really get along really well.
Or is it?
These are my boys.
Is it?
For the entire morning, for the entire morning we have been judged on our presenting skills.
You could see Jared, Tato, and Nathaniel didn't discuss the topic because when we came to the segment, both of them started the segment. And that's something that you need to discuss with each other.
But right now we've got to bring a new set of skills to the table with beatboxing.
And obviously Morgan is here to teach us how to do all of that.
I'm going to try. I'm going to attempt.
Okay.
The basics of music is the kick drum, right? I want all three of you to try.
Okay. Okay.
No, but you know what? I kind of feel like I can do better than that. Wait, hold on. Let's see how this goes. You see me flexing my muscles.
Okay, brother. I'm in.
This is an on-screen rivalry.
Yeah, it's on-screen.
We homies after.
Yeah, we actually get along.
But on-screen, we're not friends. No, you are not my friend. On-screen.
We don't really get along.
Give this a try, guys.
Well, at the end of the day, it's all about looking great on TV. It's Expresso Live and Morgan Beatbox. Yeah, no, fantastic. I love it. I don't know what you did there with your mouth, but I cannot achieve that vocabulary at all.
The beatbox is so fun. He's throwing out all these complicated beats and we're trying to catch it, and then I realize, actually, I'm going to lose at this. I have to whip out another skill.
Let's just try a bit of a... Take me to your heart, where the night is over.
With live TV, you need to be able to adapt immediately to what your director and your floor manager asks you to do. So with Jared, we gave him an extra little challenge at the last minute. And instead of just Tato and Nathaniel interacting with the beatboxer, we asked Jared to do it as well. And Jared did this wonderful take on his own song with the beatboxer. He made it original and he showed his own skill. That was wonderful.
Well, let's
Let's do hope that the judges are not going to judge me based on this.
I think outside of presenting, it's cool to show other skills that you have and to make yourself memorable to the public. So hopefully I can put out the right skill set to get the attention of everyone.
Judges in the house, we're 2 hours down on the Expresso Live Takeover. What did you just think of our guys and the presenters or other contestants in general?
Very interesting starts to that little part of the show there. But look, they decided to step up and continue with the show. I think it was very fun. Showing bits of themselves, showing their talents as well, just really connecting with the viewer. Quite enjoyable.
Baby talk! Oh my word, yes! I love it. Okay, awesome. This is good.
I opened my envelope and I'm doing baby talk. I love the fact that she's a mom and I love the fact that we have chemistry together, and I'm actually looking forward to the insights.
We'll do a question, one question. But also still opening it up to a natural flow because we don't want it to be too
Don't
scripted.
overshine one another,
Yeah.
but just like let it flow, let it feel, that the viewers actually understand that we got this. I'm co-presenting Baby Talk with Simpiwe. It is a bit difficult because he's not a parent, so I don't have anything to feed off with him. But I'm hoping that he just listens to me, or maybe we can just feed off with one another and just let the conversation flow and make sure it's a great insert.
As you can hear, the countdown is on and they're about to go into the next segment.
And welcome back to your #1 feel-good breakfast show. It is the Presenter Search on 3 Takeover. My name is Simpiwe Harrison Mkhize, and we're about to get into the baby talk with the lovely Jamie Lee.
I mean, it's so many questions, but when babies are born early or have health problems or experience a difficult birth, they tend to go to the hospital's neonatal intensive care unit, also known as the NICU, usually within the first 24 hours. Today, I did have a bit of advantage because I am the mother. Simpiwe might have felt that I tried to overpower it. I just wanted to bring in the relevance of me being a mom, and then also just highlight the fact that he's not a father, so he had more questions to ask because he was obviously needed to know more things. So I hope I didn't overshadow him too much or bring too much fire from the mom section. But I mean, it's a competition. It's time to get up the big guns. Kath, what happens with me is I come of a long line of family that it's midwives, aunties, uncles, everybody want to tell you how to feed. There is no Bible.
Okay, so they're doing a baby segment. You've got Jamie and Simpiwe having a chat. So Jamie's a mom. Obviously, she's in her comfort zone. Simpiwe, I mean, to be really critical, it'd be nice to see him come out a little bit. So she is dominating it somewhat. So,
Now, of course, when you're pregnant, you want to eat everything. It's jam, cookies, koeksiesters, alles,
Yeah, I feel like Jamie sort of took charge a little, but that's fine because she sort of understands what it means to be a mother a little bit more than I do. And we had obviously planned it out in a particular way, and live television sort of does do that thing where what you plan is not going to be what's going to happen.
Imagine that if you're a mom, you sort of don't know how much you should feed the baby. So how do I, as a mother, ensure adequate milk supply for my baby?
Did I refer to myself as a mother? I think naturally because I'm a nurturer, father, mother, nurturer.
So in the beginning, we calculate everything to the mole.
He was in his last question, and I heard Lena say in my ear, 10 seconds left. So I'm like, okay, is he going to do the closing? I'm going to do a closing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Oh my word, so much information that you gave us. I mean, like, even as a mom, I am learning every single day.
I mean, this is live TV. It's happening. There's no... If you're supposed to say something and you don't say something, the camera's still on you. And if people at home are looking at you like...
Words of wisdom, pearls of wisdom. I hope you learn something new.
I'm definitely learning so much because we can never know. We can never know how our kids are going to come out.
How kids are going to come out. Simpiwe, you need to stop, think, listen to what you're saying. And I think Simpiwe was very disconnected from the conversation. I could see that when the guest was talking about the topics, the presenters weren't engaging enough.
What does this mean?
I open my envelope and I see that I'm doing pet adoption as my segment. I don't know what to expect. I don't know if I'm talking about a specific animal, if I'm talking about pigeons, parrots, giraffes, I don't know.
Puppies arrive and the whole set shuts down. Look at it, it's insane. This is like the busiest day we've had on set all year and everybody stopped working.
And I found this little guy, called him Michael Jackson. Me and Michael Jackson are hanging out. I'm finding my tranquil space. He's giving me all the peace and mind that I need.
Just say hello to the dogs.
Hi, doggies.
Why from such a far distance?
I mean, these guys are bigger than Suki.
I thought you overcame your fear of dogs.
I thought
I overcame my fear of dogs until there's 8 of them coming through to you at the same time. I mean, come on.
Well, where to ran? I think she left. I think she's in Joburg. She's in Joburg definitely by now. She's not a fan, but...
Oh, Esther, oh look, man. Look at you. You think I'm the best presenter ever, don't you? You would love me on Expresso. It's showtime.
I'm not sure it's looking good.
Opening your home and heart to a rescue and shelter pet is a life-changing event. That's why Remember Me Thursday, an international social media awareness day that brings attention to millions of adoptable pets waiting in shelters. It's being commemorated today to honor those that have not yet made it out. They're so cute, I'm even fumbling. I feel like I'm just getting it all wrong, trying to be composed, but I feel like I can't control my limbs and I'm looking like an idiot, just spiraling out of control, like those car crashes that you can't stop.
So Jared is very animated and he seems to use his hands a lot, which is a bit of a problem because he keeps hitting his mic. And viewers can hear that.
Listen, I am dying and living at the same time. Oh man, they're so cute. I just want to hold one, put it in my hands and in my lap. So I started off feeling nervous, but I soon settle in. I start feeling my space, owning my space. I start drawing my interviewees in. I know they're still there, but I'm feeling more confident with each question that I ask.
I think for Jared, that's an unfair advantage putting him on with those little guys. How new and fresh and cute is that? I've been sitting chatting to Roger, and it just hit me now for the first time. Like, they are really judging. We're all like nice, and it's, we want to be motivational stuff, but the judges have to really judge them.
Dr. Musa's
They've
like...
got to really actually be critical and good.
They have. I mean, I've seen Dr. Musa. He's got no spectacles on today, so he's squinting around, trying to see who he's judging exactly.
It did seem like the rookie presenters were having a lot of trouble just following instruction during dialogue. It is very tricky, and it does take a while for presenters to get used to it, so I wasn't expecting much.
This is live TV, and there are no retakes. You can see it with this puppy game. If you haven't got the answer, you're on your own.
What are baby goats called?
Hey!
Oh, okay, you went first.
A baby goat is called a baby goat.
I don't think that's correct at all.
Let's say it together. Let's say it together. It's called a kid.
What?
Yay.
So you get another puppy.
But the puppies made my day. I think they put a smile on my face because then I was like, these cute little puppies, yes. We should have actually started the show like this.
What type of animal is the largest primate in the world?
Primate.
Primate, yeah.
So one thing I've noticed with Jared is that he uses his hands a lot.
Might need to assist you a little bit, actually. Like, when they gave him the puppy, we were kind of relieved.
Yeah, because everything went... and then presenting him.
We have all these adorable pups with us because it is Remember Me Thursday.
Jared is sitting there with the dog in front of his face, trying to read the audio cue, and the dog is going all over the place. I would give him kudos because he tried to make it work. One tip, Jared, put the dog flat on your lap and then read your audio cue.
Then head on over to tears@tears.org.za. I'm reading my audio cue and I don't even realize that I told people to visit an email address. I mean, how thick can you be?
The autocue was tricky. I've never done autocue before, so seeing that and trying to read and still be yourself, I think I need a bit more work there. From international performances, and he's now preparing to leave us again for the World Fest 2020 in India. But before then, here he is with another mind-blowing performance. Morgan Beatbox, take it away. In general, my first live experience, I really enjoyed it. As the hours went on, it got easier. You learn to loosen up a bit more, just be a bit more natural on camera, and, you know, just go with the flow.
And let's be honest, you haven't lived on the Expresso set until you've been dragged into a live dance performance, and you've got to dance. That's what live TV is all about.
I think I was enjoying it a little bit more, so I naturally sort of danced a little bit more than everybody. I wasn't stealing anybody's shine. I was just having fun.
So I think they got a taste of what a live show is like. The whole day, my critiques have just been how they're getting distracted by different elements. They were thrown in the deep end today.
Yeah.
I think, and as far as challenges go, this has been the top.
All in all, it was a very good show. I'm very proud of them because it's not as easy as it looks. Live TV is not for the faint-hearted. And top of that, 3 hours. No, no, no.
You've survived live television. Kuze, what this morning felt like for you?
I feel like I have been running the whole day. As I sat down, I was like, whew. Now I can breathe, but it was so much fun.
All I can really say is live television is a beast. I think I blame you guys because you guys make it look so easy.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I think a lot of people got tested here today. Yeah. And look, there's some clear people that did well, and there are those that really struggled, but we'll see what it looks like during the elimination.
That's it. Spot on. Can you remember anything from the show today?
Absolutely nothing. Just
All in all, I was really impressed with all the presenters. We didn't have a lot of time to prep for the segments, and I think they held it together well. There were no major hiccups.
It's time for us to say goodbye. Make someone smile out there.
Well done, everybody! The Expresso takeover might have finished, but Presenter Search on 3 continues after the break with the judges' final comments, and one contestant's journey comes to an end. Stay with us. It's your time to shine with Presenter Search on 3 and Orbit Gum. You're back with Presenter Search on 3, the Expresso edition. It's been a long, hard day for the 8 remaining contestants who have been up since 3:30 this morning, preparing for the 3-hour-long marathon of a live show during Presenter Search on 3, the Expresso Takeover. The day is not over yet. However, as one person will soon be eliminated from the competition. Joining the judging panel is the executive producer of Expresso, Patience Stevens. Welcome, Patience.
Thanks, Leigh-Anne. Thank you. Great producer. Yeah. You're clapping now. You thought we were messing around. Look who we brought.
Be nice. Well, after spending the morning closely watching all of the segments, the judges have discussed all of the performances and will now select the bottom 3 contestants. Are you ready, contestants?
I felt confident, a little bit hesitant, because you never really know what the judges are looking for at any point in time. You know, you just do what you know how to do, and you do your best.
Normally I can suss or judge how I've done, but I have no idea what they're critiquing on, what they saw, what we didn't do, because while you're live, you don't have an opportunity to see what you've done.
It's anybody's game. I think people did really well. We all had our moments where we fluffed. I don't know what the judges are looking for.
They're not ready. But Musa, are you ready?
I am. Right, so the first person in the bottom 3 today is Simpiwe.
There we go. Patience.
The second person in the bottom 3 today is Olwetu.
And rounding off our bottom 3, Roger.
And the third person in the bottom 3 is Dean.
The judges will now give their final critiques regarding each one of your segments on Expresso Show this morning, starting off with Simpiwe.
So, Simpiwe, you've had a very roller coaster ride here. You have good days, then you have bad days, but of late, a lot of bad days are following each other. During the morning session on Expresso, I came to you, I spoke to you extensively about what you need to do, what you need to not do, and a lot of that is not coming through. I don't know if you're ignoring me, maybe you just don't like my face, I don't know. But it feels like you don't want to follow through with the stuff and the suggestions that are given out, and I think because of that, and of course, just how it translates on air, we feel that you have to be in the bottom 3 today.
Patience?
Olwetu, you're very beautiful and you have a wonderful deep voice, and when you speak to us, you hear those beautiful melodies of your voice, and you're wonderful on camera and off camera, but you're the same person on and off camera, but you don't lift your energy levels like you really need as a presenter of a live show to be up and energetic and to have this positive authority about you, and I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing you sort of too flat, to put it bluntly.
Yeah. We feel that you've leveled out. The same person we had at audition 1 is the same person we have today. At no point have you given us anything extra, anything more. And even after coaching during the show, we were there saying, you did. Let's get it going. I mean, you're doing a fitness thing. You're doing a, let's feel it. And still nothing each time. And that makes us then sit here and consider, are we just like hanging on to you the whole time just because it's fun to have you here and we know you can present, or are you going to step up at some point in time?
And it's like, I know it's horrible to hear this stuff, but it's Expresso, it's a high energy show. When you're doing the fitness routine, there were so many opportunities. You could have had interesting conversations with the girl who was training you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And finally, Dean, Roger.
Okay, Dean, so how's this for a turn of events? You know, the whole time we have been plugging you from the beginning. I know the feedback we got from the directors when you were shooting your inserts is you were excellent, you were doing them in one take. And what we found was, and we were joking saying perhaps this was the most extravagant eye test you might have ever had, but when you were reading off the order prompt, we almost got two versions of you on the show. So when you're improvising, like Musa will probably tell you as well, you were excellent, really funny, you know, people like you. But then as soon as you switched to the order prompt, there was like another version of you and you looked really uncomfortable and you were sort of struggling to pull off the takes.
Yeah. The live show element of it made it very difficult today. Everyone was generally not their ultimate best, because with all the other stuff you can ask for a retake. Oh, let's do that again. Today there wasn't that, and I'm sure you guys noticed it when you were doing it, is when you're doing the show, there are moments of silence, but you were supposed to say stuff, and that we could pick up. And with yours, we picked it up very uncomfortably, because you'd be, and we could follow your eyes going through and that's uncomfortable to watch, and we don't want that, and that's why we have you here.
It was the ultimate deep end to be thrown into today. It was a real test. It was the deepest you could probably go.
It was very emotional seeing the bottom three, because now you know it's no more nice talk, it's competition. It comes down to the little or the most small thing.
Being in the bottom three was surreal, not gonna lie. Hearing your name for the first time, you were like, what was that? They call me? And then you have to actually listen and take exactly what they tell you, and you gotta fix it, man.
Well, today was particularly difficult, I think, because you were on Expresso home soil. It never gets easier, but this part is necessary. The judges have come to a decision, and the person they are sending home tonight is... The person going home tonight is Olwetu. Sorry, my love. Your journey has come to an end.
I can't believe that I've just been eliminated. I'm very sad. I'm disappointed. My heart was really in it. I thought I gave it my very best this morning, but I guess it wasn't good enough.
Olwetu has been eliminated from the competition, and I still have to carry on. So I feel like I'll be doing this for, you know, her as well, because she's also from PE. So I'm not only representing myself, but girl, I still got you.
When they announced Olwetu was going home, it was relief and sad. You make friends in the show, and she was one of those friends. I mean, we are the two that's slightly older in this competition, so to see my fellow comrade go was a bit sad.
And it goes to show that literally, it's not about what you've done, but what you are doing today and how you are performing today, and that's what you judged on. So if you don't perform, if you slip once, that's it.
That means that Simpiwe and Dean, you are still in this, but you need to step it up, because as you can see, the heat is officially on. Well, that is it for Presenter Search on 3, the Expresso Takeover Challenge. Next week, the remaining 7 contestants will have to get a little bit more involved in their insert shoots than just presenting, while making you at home feel good with their content. Until then, good night.
Well, I've got the Tammy Taylor Mrs. South Africa pageant to look forward to. That's coming up in November, and I'll keep trying TV. I think I'm going to scout and see what auditions are out there and even give radio a try. Definitely not giving up on my dream.
Another feel-good production.